Hi everyone, I'm going to take a walk today because it's such a beautiful day. It's a little breezy, it's 43 degrees, and it probably feels a little cooler because it's kind of windy, not real bad though, but I want you to look at my lettuce, and actually the spinach is starting to take a growth spurt now. About a week ago, when we had that really cold weather, the tops of the lettuce most of it had kind of turned brown. Well, that seems to have, I don't know what happened to the brown stuff. It's gone, but now it's all green and starting to grow. So, and like I said, the same thing with the spinach. I cleaned up out here a little bit. I still got more work to do on these beds. I got all those turnips out of here and the Comet Suna that was left there and put them in the compost. And I need to, get in here and get a hoe and get all this these weeds and stuff out of it. But you can see, look at this one back here, this spinach. This little patch right here, it's grown quite a bit. They were kind of small like this right here, like that one, but you can tell a big difference. And look at the lettuce now. I don't see any of that brown that was on it. That's edible for sure. Yeah, I'd like it to get a little bit bigger, but you can eat it. There's more there than you think, actually, when you start. What you do is you can cut the tops off of lettuce, or at least this kind, and I guess most kinds you can do the same thing. If you cut it and don't pull it up, it'll grow more lettuce. Yeah, so it's kind of nice to see those kind of growing. Of course, when I plant my garden, this will have to go. I'll just harvest whatever's left of it in May. But yeah, it's growing. But I have a lot of work to do in these other two beds. This one's not so bad back here. I just need to pull some grass up that's growing around the side. This one's got a lot of stuff that needs pulled up. It's easy to pull up in this soft dirt. You can just, like I said, I can throw this stuff in the compost as well. It's real easy because the soil is so loose, you can just pull this stuff right up. What I'll probably have to do is pull my trellis out and just set it over here to be able to get all around in that easier. But this one over here, it just has, I'll probably have to pull the fencing up, or the really trellises that are covered in bird netting, but I'll probably need to pull them up a little bit where it's bad to be able to pull all this stuff here out, because it's really hard to do with when it's sticking through that and everything. So I need to do that on a nice warm day, and it bothers my back to stay bent over anymore like that, so I usually bring a little stool out here. I'd like to have a nicer one, but I've just got a little, actually it's a play school stool that the kids, well, I think it was Jackie's. Jackie had the table, we got her, and all these little chairs and stuff. Those little chairs turn out to be good stools. I bring it out here and use it. I was using my, I got some milk crates in there, but they got brittle, and after a while sitting on them, they parts of it broke. I got a towel over on top of it and use it kind of like a little table now. But milk crates are good too to use. You can buy them. I probably should buy some of those. But if not, that little play school stool works pretty good. It's a beautiful day. I'm not seeing any birds. Maybe there's just not that many here right now, birds. Our neighbor here is still not home. He must have took an extended vacation, or I sure hope he didn't get hurt or anything. He's a police officer. He's not been there for about 3 or 4 weeks. I've never known him to be gone, very long anywhere. One little old cloud right up there. Well, there's one more over there. A couple here and there. That one almost looks like some kind of face or something of like a bird. I don't know. It keeps changing, so for a second there it started to look like a bird's beak, kind of like an eagle. This is perfect weather really for walking. I don't get hot or anything. It gets so humid in here in the summer and hot, and that's really hard to be out in. I'd rather it be cool like this. It got so bad, I don't know if it was last year or the year before. I mean, it was so bad and hot and humid. You could just walk outside and just stand there, and next thing you know, you'd be sweating. I hear them crows. I think that one making all the noises on that power line up there. I doubt y'all can see it very good though. They stay here all winter, from what I can tell. I'd like to see one of them hawks or two. I'm wondering if they're building that up there. It's either a big squirrel's nest up there or it's either the hawk's nest. Because they had one up there last year. I didn't want to go in anybody's yard or anything to look at it. I guess I could have zoomed in or something. Seems like the more you zoom in, the resolution starts, getting worse. And it's really hard to keep it still. You barely move and it'll move back and forth and stuff. It's hard to film like that or take pictures. Well, today's Tuesday, by the way. This will come out probably in a couple days. Last night we had a terrible storm. If you haven't seen it, check out the short I did. And they said the winds were like 50 miles per hour at times last night. I'm surprised there's no trees down around here. We were lucky once again. The Lord has been, protecting us. Over 12,000 people were out of power in our city last night. Ours never flickered. Not that our power hadn't been out before. It has. One time, I think it was in '93, we had such a bad storm and it took down so many trees. Our power was out, and everybody's was here for a week. I made like an igloo out here, but near where those garbage cans are. I made like an igloo, put all the food in there, and I would close it up with snow. And then whenever I needed something, I'd come out and get it. And we got a gas stove, so we were still able to cook. And so it really. We lost a few things, but not much. Not much. So it worked out pretty good making that little, like I said, it's basically like an igloo. it kept everything real cold. I mean, the frozen stuff, it took most of the week before they started thawing. The things that were already frozen. I just put them inside like garbage bags so they wouldn't get wet, you know. Everything in garbage bags and put it out there. And we actually used the stove, the gas stove, for heating some. We just turned them on, and you know, it'll get kind of warm in there when you have all the burners going. And I think what I did was, I can't remember what, I did something else. I had some, you know, it also pays to have like fans, maybe, if it's, you know, if it's in the summer especially. Fans that you can either plug them in or use batteries. I've got some of those. At least it blew the air around it. It got pretty, it would get pretty warm. You know, you'd have to open all the windows, of course. But it was pretty cold in there. We didn't have any pipes burst. But we just had them, like I said, the eyes going on the stove. That's back when natural gas was cheap. I hear those. He's got chickens up there. You might be able to hear them. Hear that? I don't know if y'all can hear that or not. They're just wandering around his yard. I really don't think you're supposed to have something, you know, chickens just wandering around in here in the city. Are probably even not supposed to have them at all. They got all kinds of rules. So I don't know. I can't believe some of those trees back there still have some leaves on them. I wonder what kind of tree would leave the leaves on all the time. Oh, there's that woman from across the street with her two kids. So cute. That little girl is cute. She's got a boy, too. She must have that boy in the stroller. He's a lot bigger than that little girl. I guess she switches them back and forth. Lets one get in the stroller and the other one walk. Well, she gets around pretty good. Yeah, this is perfect weather for walking, really. For me, anyway. I'm telling you, usually in February it's a lot colder than it's been so far. We've had a fairly mild winter. We just had that one real bad cold snap there for about 5 days or a week, something like that. I haven't seen any chipmunks. They must be hibernating. And I got the rest of these seeds. I noticed something they stomped. I had some seeds growing over there. They grew from the seeds that fell over here and some over there somehow. Probably because I was giving the chipmunks some seeds over there. But you can see, this is what's left of them. I just went ahead and put them in here. I'm guessing that's something like millet or something like that. So this is all that was left. They had eaten the rest. They had all of them bent over. I'm thinking maybe squirrels would do that. I don't know if a bird could bend those over. These like big stalk things here. All of it was bent over, and I'm thinking squirrels probably did that. And was eating all the seeds off of them. Yeah, a bird couldn't push that over, I don't think. So. But yeah, I just let them grow. I figured that's what it was. First it looked like corn, but then the top just had those seeds on it, never had corn, so just let it grow, and I had, you know, seeds there for them if they wanted them. They waited till they were dead, of course, you know, dried up to eat them. So I might just throw some seed down there this spring and let it grow for them. Seed is just so expensive now. It's like double what it used to be. I just can't afford that. I don't know why seeds would have gone up that much. Bird seed. All these companies, you know, that they've made everything smaller and went way up on everything, just like I was talking about the seeds, or double. You know, is it blame it all on the pandemic, you know, which probably did have a lot to do with things not going as good. But now that it's over, hey, put things back like they were, you know. But there's still, you know, I'm still finding things that are smaller. When we buy things at the grocery store we hadn't bought in a long time, and you remember them, like, you know, maybe just like some kind of anything really, a bag of chips or whatever, you realize that it's maybe a couple ounces less than it used to be, or like all those Jimmy Dean stuff. Everything they made was all of a sudden smaller. Give me a break. That's why that's exactly why their products are always down at Grocery Outlet now. People's not going to pay that for it, and it'd be half the size it used to be, almost. Those Jimmy Dean, they're like Pop-Tarts. I forget what they call them. I got some of them and tried them. They're okay, but the picture on the front of the box is very deceiving. They've got a toaster on there, and they've got it sticking out of the toaster, so you would think, okay, that's the same size as a Pop-Tart since it's down in the toaster. Well, that's deceiving, because they're almost half the size of a darn Pop-Tart. But they make it look like it's bigger by putting it at the top of the toaster when actually nothing's going down into the toaster. That's exactly how big it is. So after we got that first box of them, I was like, okay. I said, it's not going to be long before we see these down at Grocery Outlet too. And I noticed they got them in the ad for like $3.99, and they're like $7.99 at Kroger. I guarantee you, anybody or most people that have bought them are saying, well, I thought it was going to be bigger than this. That picture looks like it's bigger. Oh, it must just be on top of the toaster instead of down in there. Very, like I said, deceiving like a picture. And I guarantee also most of them are like, well, we just won't get these anymore. And voila, they're down there at Grocery Outlet, just like I said. So, along with a lot of other stuff. Y'all have seen my hauls. They got all kinds of Jimmy Dean breakfast stuff down there. And the only way it gets there is if they're not selling. You know, they're sitting in their warehouse. So, how much good is it doing them to have to sell it to Grocery Outlet for half the price? You know, why couldn't you just left things the way they were and made things a decent size and charge that big price you're charging? People would, I think they would understand a little bit more if it was a little higher price, but it being smaller and a higher price, that's like the double whammy. So you'd think they'd start getting the hint. And like I said, they're not the only one. Any like generic biscuits and stuff that Jimmy Dean probably makes half of them anyway, they're all small too. Well, I guess I've run my mouth long enough, but that's why I call it Let's Walk and Talk. I always find something. I never plan what to say. Just whatever I start talking about, whatever I think of. So anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this walk and talk today. If you did, I hope you'll press that like button. Also subscribe if you haven't already, and share this out, and hit that notification bell so that you get all my videos as soon as they come out. Bye everybody. I hope you have a great day, and God bless.